Welcome to IAS Setu. In this video, we will talk about time management, importance of OMR, optional management or CSET management, and accuracy in GS paper, accuracy in CSET paper. I will talk about that. Now here, first we will talk about time management. On an average, if I say you are giving 10 hours to your preparation, out of this, one is our ritual, that is 1 hour to 1.5 hours you have to give to your newspaper. Try to finish it up in 90 minutes. Okay. And what I suggest you have to read your newspaper from the prelims point of view as well as mains point of view. So you cram your syllabus. And I will suggest you don't give more than 90 minutes because we have monthly magazine, we have questions of current affair, we have video explanations also, and there are other sources also going to help you for this current affair. So try to complete your newspaper in the maximum 90 minutes and you will able to do. First you cram your syllabus, you will able to manage it. After that, around 5 hours to our smart self study plan. Okay, so here daily basis whatever plan you get, you read that, you attempt those previous year questions and you attempt those MCQs. Try to cover it in 5 hours or if it required 6 hours, because if you are slow learner doesn't matter. So I will say 5 to 6 hours, depend on your retention capacity. But you have to retain. You have to retain 100% out of that. So here you have to do wonderful job here so that your accuracy has to be 90% in this area. I will talk about accuracy. So here this part. Now here if you can afford to give time to your optional, if you are fast learner, so here if you have already chosen what optional like you are going to take in your mains, so you can afford to give 2 hours here. Okay, so till 31st March you can afford to do your optional and even your GS mains part where it is world history, post independence, ethics, okay, some part of governance. So here you can give some time to that. But from 1st April onward, I suggest you 100% focus has to be on prelims. Because prelims is very important. And here once they made CSET paper qualifying, so prelims is not that easy. And I tell you why students they are not able to qualify, because their accuracy is very less. In static area, your accuracy has to be 90% plus. If it is from Lakshmikant, even 95% accuracy is required. So if you are getting accuracy 70% here, it means you are lagging behind. So here you have to read in between the line and do your job properly. Try to retain, try to have a 90% accuracy in your static area. Otherwise you are going to face problem. It is better you do hard work right now rather than having a negative feeling after a negative result. So here you have time right now. It will be a pain, it will be a stress, it will be some anxiety, but you have to handle it. As a DC, it is required also. You are going to be DC. So here, if you feel bit stressed, no problem. That is natural thing. If you have some anxiety, that is natural thing. Don't worry about that. Like here, when we do jogging, so when you jog for starting 1 or 2 kilometers, you feel pain in your calf muscle. But when you continue for 6-7 kilometers on daily basis, then you start enjoying that jogging part. Same feeling you will have in this your preparation. Might be there will be a burden on your mind in the initial days of 10-15 days, but like here once you get a stamina, mental stamina, intellectual stamina I'm talking about, then you will enjoy this preparation phase and that is required. So that is important. And here for CSET, those who are not comfortable in CSET, and I tell you from last 2 years more than 100 students they have like contacted me, sir GS में तो 120 plus आ रहे थे but CSET की वजह से रह गया 60 marks only, and 1 year got wasted because of CSET. So here if you feel that you are not comfortable in CSET, here from right now or from today itself try to give some time to CSET, at least 30 minutes or 1 hour. So you have to do bit work hard rather than 10 hour, give 11 hour, 1 hour for CSET. So here this is important, optional or GS mains part if you want to do. Okay, if you can afford to do, you can do. Otherwise this is important. This is very very important. If you are not comfortable in CSAT, that is also important. This is like if you can manage, if you can handle it, but this is very very important here. Static area 90% plus accuracy is required. Now OMR importance. Some student they ask me, sir, can you give this question on portal? Yes, that is good enough. Like here, answer option A, B, C, D on portal. You click and you get your result over there. But the problem is UPSC, they conduct offline. They are not online. That is the problem. And here in UPSC, you get OMR where this is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answer option A, B, C, D, and there are circle. And what problem some students they have faced when they have not practiced adequate on OMR, like in exam, what happened because of the anxiety, because of the stress. Like here, I skipped question number 4. I attempted 5, 6, 7. But what happened? Question number 5 answer is A, but by mistake I mark in 4. Question number 6 answer is C, but I mark in 5. Question number 7 answer I mark in question number 6. Because of this gap. See here in question there was a gap because I have not attempted question number 4. But in OMR I filled 4 as well. And because of that, some student what they do blunder or they do this mistake where they 10 answer they mark wrong answer. And that OMR will be checked by computer. And you will not go there to the examiner, sir, please, ye galti ho gayi thi. So here what you have to do, you have to be familiar with this OMR, which is very very important here. See here, sometimes we skip some question because of negative marking, and here in OMR also we have to take care. If it is 55 on the question paper, it has to be 55 on the OMR. If it is 63 question on the question paper, it has to be 63 on OMR. So here I strongly recommend you, I strongly tell you that on daily basis you practice on OMR. Whenever we will have comprehensive questions, like here 100 question on polity, so then you will get on this, so that your result is also important, so that you can compare your performance with other. So that we will have on this pattern. Otherwise on daily basis I strongly recommend, there is OMR, you take printout, you take more than 100 printout of this OMR. So here you practice on this, important. Third one is CSAT time management. Many of you already know I categorize student in 3 categories: category 1, category 2, category 3. Category 1 student, they are not comfortable in basic. Category 2 are okay, but category 3 are very much comfortable in CSAT paper. But here I have seen category 3 student also not able to qualify CSAT because they have not taken CSAT paper seriously. Don't take CSAT paper lightly. From the last 2 years, even the good people or engineer, like they are not able to qualify this CSAT because they have taken CSAT paper lightly. CSAT paper is getting lengthier year by year, and it will be a waste of 1 year, and that is like here very much problematic. So those who are not comfortable in basic of CSAT, daily basis 1 hour you have to give on CSAT on daily basis. This is daily routine. You have to give 1 hour to your CSAT, make chapter list, you do regular practice, you practice extra question, you give some test, and here you just, where you are still doing mistake, you revise that. Category 2 student, on an average 30 minutes, means alternate day also you can do, like here 1 hour practice. Whereas category 3 student, March onward, I suggest you have to give time to CSAT. Don't take CSAT paper lightly, but right now till Feb you can afford to read other part because you are already good in CSAT paper. But March onward, I will suggest you have to give some time to CSAT, which is very very important. Don't take CSAT paper lightly. Next is optional management. Till Feb, March, it's up to you. Okay, till your comfort zone, you can give some time to your optional, and whenever you feel some bit anxious, like here optional, like you are not able to do, then what you do, then you can do your GS part, which is in your mains, like post independence, world history, that area you can do. So that is okay. And April onward, only prelims, 100% prelims. Don't take prelims also lightly. So right now you can give, if you can afford, if you have time, so you just give 2 hours to your optional preparation. You can afford to give. Okay. And if you are not already chosen about your optional, then you can do your GS mains part, where you can do your post independence, world history, ethics, that area you can cover. Now next is accuracy, which is very very important. Some student they say I have attempted only 45 question where I was 100% sure. Even 45 question where you are 100% sure, you got only 90 marks, and in this 90 marks you will not able to qualify this exam. So, and even 100% accuracy is very difficult to achieve, because sometimes we do carelessness. I guarantee 4 to 5 question might be have done carelessness. Okay, then after the examination, outside the examination, all we realize, oh, I have done this mistake. When you check your result with your friend, then you realize 5-6 question we have done carelessness. So you have to take care of that part also. So what is important here? If your accuracy is 60%, it is problematic. I tell you how come. Total 100 question, 60 correct, 40 wrong. 60 correct into 2 means 120 marks. 14 to 80 marks where you get negative marking also, divided by 3, 26.66. So your score will be somewhere 93.33. Depend on your category, maybe you will able to qualify this, but why to take chance? So it means, make it a rule, if you are attempting all 100 questions, still your accuracy has to be 65% plus. So I give you a table. Okay, just check what is your accuracy. If your accuracy is 65% or near to 65% or more than 65%, here you have to attempt all 100 questions. If you leave 20 questions, still your accuracy is 65%, then there is a problem. Because you have to keep a target of 110 marks in your GS, and even 110 plus to be on safer side. If your accuracy is 70%, 90 question, okay, you can attempt 90 question, it will help you. If your accuracy is 75%, 80 question, okay, or like I will say 75 to 80% accuracy. If your accuracy is 85% or 85 to 90%, 70 question. If your accuracy is 90% plus, 65 question. If your accuracy is 100%, which is very difficult to achieve, 55 question. So you see where you stand. If your accuracy, generally the people, they are in this range. Accuracy in the range of 75 to 90%. Because above 90% is bit difficult because of some carelessness. So you have to be in this pocket, and you have to be in this pocket means you have to attempt around 80 question, and your accuracy has to be nearly 80%. Okay, so our target on an average, like here, 80% accuracy and 80 question. If number of question will be less, then there will be problem. If accuracy will be less, then also there is a problem. And how we will achieve this 80% accuracy? Just write, this is a golden rule. For this we need 90% accuracy in static area, around 65% plus accuracy in current affair part. Because in current affair it is really difficult to trace the question. Sometimes there is one statement from one area, another statement from another area. So static area is going to help you. So you have good hold on your static part, like Lakshmikant. In geography, if it is static part here, ecology static area, every subject static area, your accuracy has to be 90% plus. If it is less than 90%, it means there is some problem. Okay, so my message to you, just give your 100% to static area. And if you discuss with the topper, if you discuss with any of your senior, they will also suggest you the same thing. You should have a good hold on your static area. Although there is a question from current affair, but static area you cannot skip, because there is one statement from static area, one statement from current affair. Both are important, but here to have a 90% plus accuracy in static area is achievable. Because your competition is with those people, those who have already given mains, given interview, already given prelims, or already got selected. They people are in this category. So this is very important message to you. Now for CSAT, accuracy. CSAT we need 67 marks. If your accuracy is 50%, okay, so it means you have to attempt all 80 questions. See the calculation. It means 40 correct, 40 wrong. 2.5 marks, so it means you get 100 marks, and 100 marks wrong where you get negative marking, so you get exact 67 marks, 66.66 actually. So here if your accuracy is less than 50% means difficult, not difficult, it means impossible to qualify this CSAT. So it means our accuracy has to be 50% plus. Okay, now next is, if accuracy is 60% plus 60 question. If you are in the range of 70% plus accuracy, 50 question. If 80% plus accuracy, 40 question. If it is 90% plus accuracy, 36 question. If it is 100% accuracy, 30 question. But it is very difficult. Here also we are in this range. In this range, 60 to 80% accuracy. If your accuracy is 60%, you are attempting less than 60 question, then it is problem. Okay, so you have to decide what is your accuracy and what number of questions you are able to attempt. So here have more question in your pocket so that you can easily qualify this CSAT. Okay, and even like my message to you is GS static area 90% plus accuracy, that is very important here. Okay, so give your best and we are here to help you out for your plan. Okay, daily basis you are getting previous year questions, so that, see what is important here, smart work is hard work in right direction. So you have to move in right direction, that is very important in UPSC because we have very limited time. So don't divert, and for that you have to focus on your syllabus and you have to focus on previous year question. And I strongly told to the team, like here on daily basis, first we have to give PYQ, then we have to give MCQ, so that like here we have match with UPSC and we will go with the line of UPSC and which is required here. Okay, thank you very much.